Good morning, my name is Phil from Phil's Camping and Touring. Don't worry, as you can see, my face is all good. If you don't believe me, I'll get up close and show you. Okay. You would have seen my last video. Well, hopefully you did. If you did not, it might be a good idea to go back and watch that video before you watch this video here. Gas safety. You saw my failed attempt, which could have potentially caused some quite severe injury when I tried to use my Winnerwell folding oven on top of this little Primus butane stove. If you didn't watch it, the reason being because of the heat that was transmitted from this onto where the cartridge is. So you got a cartridge that sits in here, similar to this here, and you don't want these to get hot. It's a potential bomb there, and luckily I picked it up before it got too hot. Now, I know it can be done. Terry has had success using this on a stove that uses his butane gas power. So, I wanted to find out exactly what stove he used, because I recall watching an image that he posted up on Facebook where he had his hand underneath there and it stayed too cool to the touch. So I asked him, what did you use? And by the way, Terry, I still haven't used that chopping board. It's in my kitchen on display. Everyone that comes over, and I proudly show that, and they thought, wow, that is awesome. And I said, yeah, I know. I'm not going to put a knife on it, cut it, and muck it up. But like I said in the last video, one day I might surprise you, and I'll be sitting on my little table out here. Over here, it might be sitting there, and who knows, if I can use a knife that's blunt enough, and I'll probably go I'm going to show you the stove he used, but before we get to that, I have seen these stoves in the past. I've walked through BCF and other variety camping stores, the stove I'm about to show you I'm talking about, and I initially had a quick look on it and I thought, wow, that looks cool, but I don't know how I'd ever use it really, to be honest. So I never really looked into it further. That was until a couple of days ago after I called Terry. So I quickly found out, now these stoves are sold in many variety of camping stores, including your BCF, even Super Cheap Auto, Bunnings, Big W. So I did research and looked around, and BCF has got them on sale. I just so happen to have one right next to me here. Now, this one is bought out by the boys from All For Adventures. It's a Campboss brand. It's a portable grill stove. They currently got on sale until the 10th of October at BCF here in Australia for $129. And I thought that's not bad money. And now Big W's got a cheaper one. Apparently it's a bit smaller, but it's got a higher cooker thing. Well, you'll see when I show you what's inside here. You can see here the picture, what it looks like there. Gives you a bit of an idea. But let's just have a look and see what it says here. So as you know, it's a butane gas stove with an inset grill pan. This is designed to be used with an enclosed cooker, like a little stove like this. It's got a painted 2-stage overpressure safety shut-off device, overpressure safety gas shut-off, overpressure safety canister ejection shut-off, stainless steel flat ribbon burner, Energy heat output 7.4 MJH, whatever that stands for, it's 7200 BTU. Deep pan with the tempered glass lid. Non-stick coated cooking deep pan with tempered glass lid. Variable heat control. Push turn piezo ignition powered by 220 gram butane canisters. Gas consumptions 150 grams per hour. Terry, wife, Robin, she cooked a roast, a leg of ram, using this with the Winnerwell stove. And she cooked it in an hour and a half, and she told me it went through one of these canisters. And you can pick these up cheap. For example, this one here, this is a pack of 12. You can buy BCF for $18. Without further ado, let's open this up and have a look and see exactly what it looks like, shall we? Love the beautiful packaging. So I'll put that aside. Includes a case. So you got a case with it, which is mighty handy. Here we go, it's the right way around. All for Adventures, nice logo there. So if you go to All for Adventures Australia, do a search on YouTube, and they're really adventurous. They go out camping, forward driving, testing out a lot of these gear. Let's open this up, shall we? Mate. So there's the lid, and it's at the same size as this fella here. You might be thinking, well, why would you want to buy this if you've got this? Well, the reason being is because that's how high it is. So you're not going to be able to put a decent roast in there. You can cook a full chicken in here, a full roast. This would be perfect for cooking your eggs, doing your stew, cooking pizza. Guys, I did some research, and there are people that are having success cooking pizzas in this. Similar size to this one here, absolutely perfect. Now let's have a look at the unit itself. Am I the only one that loves to pop these? I'm going to put that aside, put that safely in here, and get back to that after filming. Stainless steel. So it's not the same as a conventional one here I've got right here, where it's got the one single round burner. So the beauty of this spreads the heat out a lot better as well. In here, the gas canister goes in here, obviously. So auto ignition, and this one here sits in there like that. Now you can cook your eggs, bacon, whatever in there, and if you want it covered, put that lid on. I like it's got the non-stick coating, and you know what that means when you use a non-stick, it's a lot easier to clean. That is a perfect fit. Check that out. Terry, Robin, thank you for letting me know about this. Big thumbs up, and look how solid that is. So let's give it a go. So of course, if you haven't seen these before, that's what locks the canister in place. And now let's slowly turn this on, shall we? Actually, before we do, let's have a look to see how well this works. So which way do you... Oh, it looks like you press it in. There we are. Started on the second push. I don't know if you can see that. And let's put that on here. The breeze is not going to affect this as much as what this one here. Let's turn it up a bit. Terry mentioned that when he used this, he only had to preheat it for 5 minutes. So we want to get it up to about halfway up, which is a moderate heat, which is around about 175, 180 degrees Celsius. But building up the temperature, yeah, that's good and that's cool. So we're now on 100. They just look like they're made for each other. I think this is a huge success. Now we're up to 125. I can feel that's getting a little bit warmer, but that's still cold. These are designed to be used outdoors. So you do not use these indoors. Getting up to close to 150 there. So I can feel a little bit of heat there, but as you can see, I can hold my hands there. Yeah, that's cool to the touch. So right now that'll be ready to cook. I'd be putting a roast in there. So we're pretty much on temp now. So let's just turn that down just a tad. So that's you're looking at about 180 degrees there now. Still about 180, but that's getting warm. Let's check on the inside. That's still relatively cool. I can still hold my hand on that. So that's constantly sitting on 180, as you can see. Now I'm still holding my hands on that. Now it is warm, so I'm not going to lie. It's not hot, but it's warm. But if I attempted to do this on the other cooker, that would have burnt my hands. And there's no way I'd be standing next to it. So yep, no, that's good. So it's insulating quite well. I can hold my hands on that, no problems at all. That's probably only 40, 42 degrees Celsius or so, and that's still relatively cool. So I call that a pretty good success. So let's turn that off now. I don't know if I'd go any more than 180, 200 though. It's probably, be frank, it's probably will be safe, but I would tend to stick to 180, 200 the max. And to be honest, 180, 200 max, you're going to cook pretty much most of your meals that you need cooked in here. I'll be keen, give this a go, cook some lunch and that for today, and test and see if this gets to the same temperature. If it does, I know 100% without a doubt that this is safe. So I think this is a great little cooker. I think it's better than I expected. As I mentioned before, I have seen these in shops, in camping stores. I walked past and I looked at them, I thought, oh yeah, I thought it's more like a gimmicky type thing. But I'll tell you what, I mean, you could almost do away with a fry pan by using this. I mean, there's your fry pan there, and it is huge. And being non-stick, it looks like it's a pretty good quality. And being non-stick, I mean, that's going to be so easy to clean. It'll be virtually just a wipeout. So I'm going to test it for lunch very shortly. It is now, right now, 11:45. So about another 40, 45 minutes, I'll come out here and cook a meal. The All for Adventures by Campboss Portable Grill Stove. How awesome is this? Non-stick, look at that. So I've got some bacon, I've got some eggs on the side I'm going to put on here, and I've got some hash browns here. This is a meal for two, of course. What we're interested in is seeing what sort of temperatures we get from this. So I've got this turned up to maximum now. Looking at this, looks like you need to turn it on maximum. Where you saw with the oven, the Winnerwell foldable oven, I had to turn it right down to less than half, literally, once it got up to temp. I mean, in reality with this I won't have to take an extra fry pan, and that's going to save me space inside me drawer. Excellent non-stick coating. I like to put a little bit of salt and a little bit of parsley. Find the eggs are quite nice with salt and parsley. Loving the non-stick coating. As you know, there are many out there, and they're all very similar because they purchase from the same place. Like I mentioned before, the one from Big W is actually smaller but deeper. Some of these bacon is ready, and this egg's probably ready. And season the eggs, a bit of salt and a bit of parsley flakes, and let's just turn these potato things around. They're cooking quite nicely, nice and even. So remove these bacon off the heat. Now this is going to be really quick and easy to clean. Packs away with the stove and back into that little box there. Now that's ready. This one will definitely be ready, and I'd say this one is definitely ready as well. Can be done on a budget, not as cheap as budget as I thought. So if you watched the video I filmed prior to this on all the black, now that was charcoal, okay, that was made up. So let me explain that video. Don't worry, I did not blow myself up. So it's all safe. In case you're worried, it's all safe. Now, what happened when I was filming that video, it was just going to turn into just a simple cooking video. I just wanted to show you a first simple cook up of the Winnerwell before I start getting into some really decent cooking such as the roasts, baking cakes, etc. And I want to put that to test with different methods of cooking, such as on the camp cube that I've got, as well as a fire pit, and as well on top of this one here. So we know it'll work on this. Well, I think it will. Well, we'll know for sure when we cook a roast on it. Now, Terry did have success on it, cooking that roast. He cooked a nice leg of lamb, and it took an hour and a half, and he used up exactly one of these canisters to cook that. So that's not too bad. So what, you pick these up for about $1.50 to $2 here in Australia. Occasionally I've seen them on sale down to as little as $1 each, particularly in places like Kmart or Big W. So always keep an eye out. If you can pick them up for $1 each, just stash up on them, grab a few, buy about 10 of them or so. And that way then when you're out camping, for as little as $1 in gas, you can cook up a nice roast. So, thanks for watching. As always, be kind to everyone. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, it'll help my channel enormously, and I'll be able to get out better production in the future in the videos and more content as well. And also, be kind to everyone. Until next time, cheers. I'm going to go enjoy this meal now with me mum. Bye.